Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? I don't know if I need this jacket or not. It's a little piece of string, can you see? It's a little piece of string on there. The birds turn it into a nest. I would love if I saw a bird's nest and that little string was hanging off the bird's nest. That would make me so happy. I don't know if I need the coat today. It's actually pretty nice outside today. I wouldn't say it's like warm, but I don't know that I need this. I have my Birkenstock sandals on. Oh, my feet are so nice from getting my feet done yesterday with Tanya Jean. That might have been one of the best pedicures I have ever. Look at my feet. Don't, because then people put them on OnlyFans and stuff like that. Have you guys seen those sites? No, but they really do look pretty good. Look at them. I'm so happy. Have you seen those sites though where people are like, they put like people's like celebrity feet online? No, there's like entire sites where it's like just, I mean, I'm not a celebrity, but like there's like whole entire celebrity feet. Do you know what's so weird about this though is that people always tell me that my feet look nice. I think feet are weird. No, I do. I think that feet are weird, but this is probably the nicest my feet have looked. They're so soft. So yeah, I went to get it. I'm all over the place already. Okay, let's start this over, shall we? Let's start this over, shall we? It must be windy because she's walking by. That's the realtor in the neighborhood. She sells all the condos in here. Her hair's blowing in the wind, stuff like that. Anyway, well, I'm uploading a video right now. I'm uploading my Peter Watches TV video. I finished Welcome to Plathville and I did my reaction to it today. So I'm uploading that video. We have 2 minutes left. It is currently 5:27 p.m. I think, well, I don't want to go out of here and then it's going to take me too long. So we'll look at the temperature in a second. Okay, so, but before we get to that, I haven't had any coffee today or anything. Alex just got home and he's like, I am so tired. I was like, I am so tired too. Somebody said on my video the other day, they said, Alex should go get his blood tested. He's so tired. My husband is so on it with like doctor's appointments and stuff like that. He schedules out like his next 2 doctor's appointments for regular checkups before, like when he's like, at his last one, he schedules like the next 2. Like he is so on it. His blood work is fine. And my husband, he is like proactive when it comes to health. He's fine. He stays up too late on the TikTok is what the problem is. He stays up too late on the TikTok. So when he comes home from work, I think that everybody that comes home from work and they're tired, that he left this morning at like 7:15. So, I mean, he got home at 5:15. I think everybody that's tired after they've worked an 8 or 9 hour day should probably go get their blood work tested. But I appreciate the concern. No, I do, but he's fine. He's fine. So anyway, but this, remember I brought out the other day the cup the plastic cup that had, that I got at Sullivan's Nursery. Now, see, I always want to say nursery now, but somebody corrected me like a year ago and they said it's not nursery, like anniversary with like an H, it's nursery. So now even if I want to, my mouth wants to say nursery, but I can't because I know better. And when you know better, you do better. No, it's the truth. So my mouth wants to say nursery, but I can't. So anyway, but at Sullivan's Nursery, what I love so much, but look at this cup. Is this cup not so pretty? This is like heavy duty, like nice plastic. This isn't just cheap plastic. This is nice plastic. What is wrong with me today? As if it matters. It's like gray and cloudy and it looks like it's going to be like raining all day long today. And I've hardly seen like any of my neighbors. The only neighbor that I've seen today, I haven't even seen Laura. I see her like every day. Well, okay, so my neighbors next door, the ones that moved in and then went to Florida for a month. See, like people are like, he lies, I don't tell this kind of stuff. No, because they're gone. I don't want, you know what I mean? But anyway, so they are coming home tomorrow. Well, tonight they get home at like 1 o'clock in the morning. So they went to Florida. They have a house in Fort Myers, I think. No, where did they tell me? Who went to Fort Myers? Did Tanya go to Fort Myers? Who do I know that's in Fort Myers right now? I feel like everybody that I know is on vacation right now. Did Tanya go to Fort Myers? Who do I know that went to Fort Myers? I think they went to Fort Myers. Anyway, they have a house in Fort... Why do I think that that's not where they... Why do I feel like it's the other side that they have a house on? It don't matter. But anyway, So, so then they came back, and they were back for like 4 days. And then they left because their daughter, for spring break, went to St. Thomas. And so it was like, well, would you guys want to come and spend time with the grandkids? And they're like, yeah, of course. I mean, they're retired, so they love to travel. I mean, who doesn't? I love to travel, and I'm not retired. But anyway, so they went to St. Thomas for a week. And they get back this morning at like 2 in the morning or something like that. He said to me, he goes, we get back real late at night. So that, like, if you hear something, I go, oh, I'm up late. Don't worry about it. He goes, how late are you up? I go, late, like 5:36. He has looked at me like I was crazy. Everybody thinks it's crazy. Anyway, today I really wanted a cup of coffee, but instead I brought my lemonade. Now this is, remember I talked about the square bottles? This is the kind of tea that I really like. They also have extra sweet tea. I got this with Tanya Jean. Did I get it last night or did I get it with Alex the other night? I think I got it with Alex the other night. But anyway, this is just the sweet tea from Pure Leaf. I don't remember if I like the extra sweet tea or the sweet tea. This is the pure, the real brewed tea, not the fake brewed tea. This is the kind that, I think this is the kind that Valerie likes. She'll watch this vlog and she'll text me and she'll go, that's not the kind I like. But this is the kind, ooh, it smells so good. This is the kind that I would get with Valerie when we went, because I can remember, because see, it's a square bottle. And it wouldn't sit in her, like, so I'd have to hold it the whole time. The 35 minutes that it took to drive to Anderson to go to the casino. Iced tea is kind of pretty, though, isn't it? Am I the only one that thinks stuff like that? Is it because I'm so stupid? Oh, no, but this is what I was going to say. I just remembered because, not because I wiggled my toes, but because the wind is blowing. For those of you that don't know the wiggle toe thing, if you wiggle your toes, it sets off neurons in your brain and it helps you remember stuff. My roommate, the one that lives in Berlin, she's married to this rock star, she told me that years and years. People are probably like, who's the rock star? I'll never tell. Has anybody figured it out? No, but I don't think anybody's ever commented and said, is your friend married too? Like, I don't think anybody's ever said that to me. Nobody's DM'd me that. Nobody's ever guessed it. I would be blown away if anybody guessed it. But anyway. So, but no, for real though, she is married to a rock star. She really is. Like, one of my best friends of life is married to a rock star. But anyway, now you can't really see how pretty the glass is. So really, you should just drink. Well, if you drank Kool-Aid, it would be like, but it might accentuate the colors. Anyway. I usually just drink it out of the bottle. Now, here's a runner. I don't know him, though. But here, I usually just drink it out of the bottle. But today I was kind of like, I want to drink it out of a... Oh, there's the chocolate peanut butter beer lady. She's so funny. So I thought she lived over here, but she lives over here. She's got a front porch swing. No, she does. Like the Finches and To Kill a Mockingbird and everything. And it's red. I love it so much. And so her house is like on a corner, looking kind of at the, like, past the house into the woods. She's got a beautiful view. So she's always sitting out there. And so whenever I'm walking by there with the dogs, or if I'm walking like by myself, I always take well, if I'm walking with the dogs, I don't wear my AirPods usually. But if I'm like, if I'm walking by myself, take my AirPods out and I'd be like, what kind of beer are you having tonight? She always laughs. She thinks it's so funny. But her friend the other day, the one that plays pickleball, they're all trying to get me into the pickleball. Well, I told my one friend, I said, she was like, no, if you do it once, you'll love it. And so I was like, okay. She goes, okay, you'll do it once. And I said, yeah, I'll do it once. And so, oh, there's the realtor again. She's walking fast around the neighborhood. She's real nice. But anyway, so her hair kind of reminds me of my mom's a little bit. She has kind of like the same kind of like angled bob haircut that my mom had. But anyway, her friend that always walks by that I always kid about being pickled and stuff like that, she was there the other day and she said... What'd she say? They were both standing out there in the yard when I walked by with the dogs, because they came out and they were real sweet to the dogs. And I said something about, you having a chocolate beer tonight, or something like that. She said no. And then her friend is the one that so the reason why the gardener and the girl moved in across the street is because of the pickleball lady. I'm just going to call her the pickleball lady. When I had pancreatitis, she and the gardener, they did our whole walkway. Wasn't that so nice? I think that's when they did it. But she is so sweet. I love that woman so much. But anyway, she said to me, and I didn't like really, I would never have guessed her as like, I mean, I guess I shouldn't say that with the wino book club that you all call it. But anyway, like nobody's like, I've never seen like real heavy drinkers in here or anything like that. I mean, like maybe a beer or two, you know, like at night. And they all kind of joke about it and stuff. But, well, I guess they do kind of like their wine in here though. The women like their wine in here, I will say that. But anyway, so, because they talk about it at the pool, that's how I know. But she said, What'd she say? She goes, oh, her friend, the pickleball lady, she goes, I think I might have one of those beers tonight. She goes, you gave me one last summer. And I still have it in my refrigerator. Isn't this so cozy? I love my neighborhood so much. But she's like, I have one of those beers you gave me last summer. I said, that beer might be bad. And her friend goes, oh no, they're good. Who is so dying? Like, this is such the alcoholic in me. I mean, it does, I am kind of interested in, like, what a peanut butter chocolate beer tastes like. Do it taste like candy? I've been watching that Welcome to Plathville, and those people talk so Southern in there that, like, now the Southern's coming out, and everything I say is coming out so bad today when I was talking on the phone. I finished it last night, thank God. I already said that because I'm uploading the video. Oh, the video's uploaded. We can look at the temperature. But I don't know that I would drink. How long does beer last? Oh, chocolate peanut butter beer don't even taste that good to me. Okay, let's see the temperature. I hear somebody talking. Oh, it's 70 degrees. Lord, who knew? What's tomorrow going to be? Oh, tomorrow's going to be 82 and intervals of cloud and sunshine. Well, all right. And then look at that, 44 on Friday. Well, all right. Anyway. Oh, my neighbor was telling me about that. She said she put an email out about it. She got... These boys were, you know, when they ring the doorbell and they run. They were doing it to her. Anyway, so my favorite neighbors, she was real upset about it. She lives over there by where, like, that neighborhood over there is, like, where there's a lot of young kids. She said she could see them on her cameras. Everybody in this neighborhood has cameras. Like, literally every some of these he put in, like, 6 cameras. Like, everybody in this neighborhood has cameras. Like, that's the first thing they do when they move in here. And so they always catch, I mean, anybody that does anything in this neighborhood, they always catch it, like, on the cameras right away. And so, like, if not, like, them, like, across the street or whatever. So she was walking her dog today, my favorite neighbors. I was like, where's your husband? She was like, he's at home, so I want to come out here and walk the dog. So anyway, she's like, did you see my email? And I said, no. She goes, well, I sent it to everybody. I hadn't even checked my email yet. And I said, well, what happened? She goes, you didn't hear about the incident? I was like, what was the incident? And she was like, about how the boys were ringing our doorbell last night real late. I go, oh, I'm sorry. I go, well, what happened? She goes, it was real late at night. And I'm thinking, like... I mean, no time's real late to me. Now, I understand, okay? I go, well, how late was it? Because the kids are on spring break around here right now. She goes, it was, like, late. It was, like, 10:30. She goes, I just wanted people to be aware of it. She goes, I caught it on my camera. I go, you did? She goes, yeah, I know what 3 boys it is. She goes, they're all, like, 10 years old. They live in the neighborhood over there. She goes, but I just wanted people to be aware that they're ringing our doorbells. I said, oh, okay. She goes, so you didn't hear about the incident? The incident. And then I kind of like, she said something to me about it, and I kind of laughed. I said, what did I say? I said, well, keep me on high alert. Let me know if anything else happens. And she's like, I started to laugh, and she started to laugh. And she goes, you don't think it's that serious, do you? I go, I mean, it's some kids ringing a doorbell. And she goes, I know. She goes, but she goes, you know, she's real funny. She goes, but there's neighbors in here that it would really scare them. And I hadn't really thought of it that way. Like, I mean... She's like, you know, you have to think, like, she thinks on that level. Like, there's 90-year-olds in here that if somebody rang their doorbell and they went to it 3 times, like, it could be a safety issue for them or a health issue. Like, they're trying to get to the door and they don't know who's there. It's 10:30 at night. I understand that. I just wasn't thinking about it that way. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, so that was the big incident in the neighborhood this week. We haven't really had any drama so far. I can't wait till that pool opens because there's going to be so much drama when the pool opens. So anyway, what was I saying? Oh, well, yeah, I did want a cup of coffee, but then I was thinking, I bought these 2 iced teas, and I was like, the other night, I think I got them with Alex. Did I get them on the way home? Well, I think I got them on Sunday after we went to brunch. Did I do a haul that day? Did I show them in the haul? I don't remember when I got them. I got them at a gas station. Where did I get them? It was Alex that took me because I see him parked out front, and I ran inside, and I asked him if he wanted any candy. What did I get? Just the iced tea. Where was that? Was that Sunday? Listen to the birds. They're so pretty. I did say we ran errands after brunch on Sunday, didn't I? It doesn't matter. Anyway, last night, well, Yesterday was pretty much perfection. Do you ever just have one of those days where just like, and today feels like that too, like it's just everything kind of goes the way it's supposed to go. I have felt, I don't know, Tanya and I were talking a lot about it yesterday. And she was like, do you think it's the anxiety medication? Do you think it's the walking? Do you think it's therapy? I said, I don't know. I think it's a combination of all of it. I think it's the dogs. She goes, you're just so relaxed and peaceful anymore. We were talking about how like back in the day, because I said one of the greatest compliments Tanya ever gave me, I don't know when it was a couple years ago. And she said to me, she said, you're just so calm anymore. And I said, do you think so? And she goes, oh yeah. She goes, you really are. She goes, you just don't let stuff bother you the way that you do. You just don't get like heated about stuff. I mean, like I do on videos and whatever, talking about reality TV. I mean, she and I mean, it's not just like I'm like, oh really? Like all the time, but like I used to, like, I was so reactionary. Do you guys remember for a long time I talked about being responsive versus being reactionary? I think I had to work through all that first. Like, really figuring out, like, I would talk a lot about that on my Peterisms channel, about how I was really reactionary. Like, and I was horribly reactionary. I mean, somebody'd say something to me and I, like, fist raise right away, you know? And I'm not a fighter, I'm a lover, but with my mouth, you know what I mean? And I'm not proud of that at all, that I was that person. But I was. And I think I learned to be more responsive and be like, okay, what am I really wanting to communicate? Laura just got a package. I was like, who's this person delivering her package? I could hear it was Laura. Anyway, you can tell, like, when you sit here long enough. Like, my other neighbors that sit outside a lot, too, they, like, say that. They're like, oh, yeah, like, I heard Alex come home last night or whatever. He was home early yesterday. I mean, it's, like, so funny how you know, like, the sounds of cars and stuff. But anyway, oh, here's my neighbor, 2 down. She got the wrong packages yesterday. She texted me about this when I was with Tanya. She coming home. And Walter and Otis love her dog so much. And then pool crew lady number 2, her husband just got the mail. That's what's going on in the neighborhood today. He's reading through his mail. We didn't get no exciting mail today. We just got flyers. Laura just got a package. Could you hear? I just heard her open her door. I have a hard time sitting out here. So I finished, well, I'm getting way off track. Either some of you guys love how these vlogs are all over the place, or you hate it. But yesterday, was it yesterday I finished, or was it the day before? I finished the Kathy Reich's book, the second one. I have 6, and then I'm caught up, okay? So I was like, gonna start the Cozy Mystery book for March, and then I was like, no, I want to finish one more Kathy Reich's book. So I finished the other one, and then last night I started, what's it called? Deadly Decisions, I think. Yeah, Deadly Decisions. It starts off, I'm like right at the very beginning of it. I got 3 hours and 10 minutes left. It starts off with these bikers that are killed, and she's got to figure out how they were killed. I'm starting to like these books the more I get into them. But I will say this, they're not the kind of books that you can listen to and then kind of put down for a little bit and then listen to and put down for a little bit. By the way, I was telling Nikki that she don't like Cozy Mystery. She just can't get into them. But I said to her, I said, I think you would really like this Beyond the Shadows by Veronica Mixon. I said, because, you know, like I said, it reminds you and I a little bit. We always think we're citizen detectives and all this kind of stuff. She goes, okay, I'll give it a try. I said, the first one is not good, okay? It's not good at all. Like the mystery's good, the character development's good, but it's like the writing is so flowery. Well, she downloaded it on the Kindle, and a lot of books on Kindle have like a free Audible with it. So she was listening to it on Audible. So last night, she texted me and she goes, I'm confused about I finished this book and I'm confused. And I said, what are you confused about? It's a cozy mystery, okay? So she said, can you talk? So I called her, and I said, what are you confused about with this book? And she goes, I don't understand it at all. And I go, what didn't you understand? She goes, it's all about land deeds and stuff. And then she was buried, like, out in the land. I said, Miss Nikki, I said, you did not finish the book. She started laughing. She goes, yes, I did. I go, then you didn't listen. Her and Caroline, they do this to me all the time with books and TV shows, okay? All the time. Caroline be like, well, I fell asleep, or, you know, whatever. And she'll be like, I don't remember that ending. How did it end again? I'm like, Caroline, you didn't even finish watching the show? Nikki's the same way with books. Or she'll be on TikTok while she'll say, I don't remember that happened on the show. And I'll be like, girl, were you on TikTok? Well, I was on... I'm like, you can't be on TikTok while you're watching a show. Like, and you're not fully getting the show. Do you know what I mean? That is a pet peeve of mine. Everybody in my life does that. From my husband to my cousin. Tanya Jean does that. But Tanya Jean is like me. She can retain information. She was last night going on and on and on. She wishes I watched Married to Medicine. I said, how many seasons are there? 18 or something. I said, oh no, we're not doing that. She goes, I love Married to Medicine. She goes, I like it more than Housewives. I said, do you, Tiny Jean? She goes, yeah, I wish you watch it so we could talk about it. So I might start watching Married to Medicine. I don't know. But anyway, Nikki's like, I said, well, it was about this woman that went missing in the 70s. She goes, yeah, I got that. And I said, then the woman comes home, Emma, she comes home, she stays at her grandma's house because her grandma died. She's inherited the house. She's living there with her. Then her two friends live in the neighborhood. They're solving this case, this lady that went missing in the 70s. She goes, yeah. We get to one part. I said something about the land. Honey, the land. Because they think this woman's buried out there in the land. And she goes, yeah, she's like buried out by that rock. I go, girl, you did not finish this book. Because she's not buried there at all. And you know that. There's chapters dedicated to it. She started laughing. She goes, well, I did get a little bored with it. I go, girl. That's her telling me, I'm not reading no more of these books in this series. That's what she's telling me. I'm not doing that no more. I said, okay. Girl, don't read them. She loves them A.J. Rivers books. She does. I mean, that A.J. Rivers puts out about 30 books a year. Nikki reads all them A.J. Rivers thrillers. I read one. It was okay. It was about some woman living in her van. She goes to a small... I didn't get it. I didn't get it. I finished it, though. Because she said to me, she goes, you didn't... I said, Nikki, I did, too, finish that book. It was stupid. I said, you said there was, like, romance. She goes, well, that happens in, like, book 6. I said, girl, am I going to read 5 more of these books to get to anything exciting happening? No, I'm done. I'm so far... I am 9 books behind on my Goodreads challenge this year. I've got... Listen... I am hoping to catch up with it in the next couple weeks because I am behind. Honey, these Kathy Reichs books, they are tying me up. I'm over it. So anyway, so yesterday, well, Alex went out to dinner. He caught up with all of his girlfriends last night. I always ask him, like, you know, last weekend he went over to his friend's house. They got pizza and whatever. And I said, what'd you guys do? We caught up. Then the weekend before, I don't think I told you all this. The weekend before, he went to his friend's house. Well, he and his mom had gotten those IV things first, and she got magnesium in hers. And when she went to, so then he was like, well, do you want to go? He went to show his mom his friend's new house. She's got this new house a couple months ago. And he was also making his Traitors auditions tape. So she went over there with him. Well, she fell asleep. Like, on the couch, but then Alex is like, we're trying to film this, and so she went to sleep in her bedroom. She was out. Alex is like, she's never had, he's like, that happened to me one time when I had magnesium in the, I thought magnesium made you poop. I said, do you have to poop a lot? He goes, no. But anyway, so that night, I was like, what are y'all doing? He goes, after he got his Traitors video done, he goes, we're catching up. So last night when he came home, I said, y'all caught up? He goes, what are you talking about? I go, well, every time I ask you what you and your friends talk about, oh, we're just catching up. I go, you guys have caught up. Like, you better be caught up by now. He just started laughing. He goes, you're such an ass. He goes, did you and Tanya have fun? I go, yeah, we caught up. You don't got to get caught up when you stayed caught up like Tanya Jean and I. Last night, this is Tanya and I's conversation as we get older, okay? She'll tell something and then it switches into, oh, listen to the lyrics of the song. They are so us. Then she has me listen to the lyrics of the song and then she turns it down. She goes, there was something I want to tell you, but I don't remember what it was. And then I'm trying to think of what it could be. And I'm like, well, was it about so-and-so? No. Was it about somebody you saw at a meeting? Maybe. That's our conversations. So anyway, Tanya had to work right up till like we could hang out yesterday. And Alex was with his girlfriend. So I took an Uber over to Tanya Jean's house last night. The guy was real nice. Anyway, super, super nice. Car, super clean. I love that when I get in an Uber or a Lyft. And I think it was a Lyft maybe last night. But they're super nice and super clean. I love that. Because it makes me, like, listen, I've gotten in some of these cars. It literally looks like a tornado went through it. No, I'm being honest about it. It's gross. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I love when you get in there. And they'll have like the plugs and the people be like, do you want a piece of candy? They take it seriously. I kind of think that's cool. I like it. I don't know. Whatever you do it with passion, you know? But anyway, so I got over to Tanya Jean's house. Well, our appointment was at 5:30 and I got over there like real early. Anyway, because last night I was going to trim my beard and I was going to shave this and stuff like that. I was like, it's just Tanya Jean. And I knew we weren't going to a meeting by that point. So I was like, no, I'm not trimming my beard. Should I grow it out real long? Like Duck Dynasty. I don't know nothing about them guys, but their beards freak me out. I'm not growing it out. But anyway, so today I'll trim my beard, and tonight when I take my shower after my walk and stuff. So anyway, I was like, but I'm just hanging out with Tanya Jean, so I'm not going to do that. So I got over there, I just took a shower and changed clothes, and I just wore some, I wore that Patagonia, one of those pullovers. So anyway, got there early. She's like, let's go get coffee first. So we went to Miriam's, the library, not Miriam's. And the girl that worked at the counter, Tanya hadn't been there so long. I go there sometimes with Caroline or whatever. But the girl that started there, like a year ago when we first started going there, Tanya, they don't even have, the girls had 2 different kinds of hair color and everything. One's real tall, the other one's real short. They didn't look nothing alike. But the first girl, Tanya and I went in there like twice. And Tanya said something to her about, you look just like somebody I know. I was like, yeah, you do. And then we figured it out. It was Alex's cousin, Maya. I was like, oh my God. And I showed her. She's like, let me look at her. I showed her a picture. That was probably 6 months ago. But anyway, she don't even work there no more. Some new girl that works in there. So anyway, and there's been another girl that worked in there in between, the daughter and the people. I don't think this girl that worked there. And they were training some new guy last night. But anyway, so Tanya talking to her. She's like, we're back. And the girl's like, hey. And I'm like, I have never seen this girl before. Like, who's, and she goes, we helped you learn how to make your drinks the first time. I'm like, who is she talking to? Because the first day that we went in there, the girl had no clue how to make our drinks because I got espresso tonic. So she had to call the owner on the phone to ask her like how many shots to put in and stuff like that. We felt real bad for her. She was super sweet. So Tanya's talking to her, okay, like it's the same girl. I'm like, this girl that's helping us is a good 5'11". That girl was maybe 5 foot. This is not the same girl, okay? They don't even look anything alike. Different hair color and everything. And Tanya's like looking at her and she's like, yeah. And the girl's playing along with it, being real nice. She's like, yeah. And Tanya's like, yeah, we helped you make your coffee. And she's, you know, all this kind of stuff. I'm like, and I'm so wanting, but it's like we're all like right there. I'm so wanting to go, Tanya, it's a different girl. Like, you're being weird about this. So then Tanya's looking at all the baked goods, and she's talking to this girl like we've had 50 conversations with her or something. Tanya's like, she don't know a stranger, okay? Like when I'm out in public with Tanya, I kind of don't know a stranger too. My social anxiety kind of goes away when I'm around people that I like feel comfortable with. So Tanya's like, she's like, I'm gonna go in the bathroom real quick. And I said, okay. So I'm waiting for the drinks, and she goes, well, you can have a seat. She's like, it's gonna be a minute. And I said, okay. Then the guy, I think he owns the place, he brought our drinks over. I said to Tanya Jean, I said, he is so good looking. This man, I think he owns the place. He is so good looking. But anyway, so Tanya comes over. We're sitting on this big couch. They've rearranged everything. They got new furniture in there. I love this place. They're always having some kind of group, doing puzzles in there, meetings and things like that. But anyway, so Tanya comes out of the bathroom. She's kind of like looking at all this. They have a bunch of stuff that they sell in there too. And she comes over and she sits next to me. And I said, so like we're on the couch. She's here, I'm there, okay? And I'm looking at, she's making the coffees. And I said to Tanya, I go, it's not the same girl, Tanya. Tanya goes, what? I can't hear. So I had to lean over. Well, Tanya and I get laughing and giggling so hard, okay? Because finally, I'm like whispering, but we're loud whispering, okay? And people are looking. There's only like 4 people in the restaurant. They're all looking at us, okay? One of them's reading in on this big leather chair and all this kind of stuff. So here Tanya and I were like whistling like this. This is one of these guys. This guy, he walks so much. So Tanya and I were whispering to each other. And Tanya goes, I said, girl, it's not the same girl that was helping us before. And she goes, I got in the bathroom. And she goes, I sat on the toilet. And I was like, I don't think that's the same girl. And we're doing this, but we're talking like this loud. Everybody's looking at, we got giggling so hard. They're so nice in there, though. They love us. They do. Even though they don't know us, they love us. So then we went and we got our feet done. Tanya said she didn't need to get her feet done because she just had her feet done before she went to Florida. But then we go there, and she was like, I'm going to get my feet done. Well, we were the last appointment. Tanya knows, she like goes there so much. She knows these people, they're so nice. And so they're like, oh, we're the last appointments of the day. The guy that owns the place, it's usually his wife that does well, I think it was her son that did my pedicure last time. It was okay. This guy, this might be the best pedicure I have ever had in my entire life. I used to go, true story, like every 2 to 3 weeks. I was so weird about my pedicures. Like, Because I wear Birkenstock sandals all summer long, right? And most of spring and fall too. I was so weird about getting pedicures done that like I went Tanya and I would go every 2 to 3 weeks. And if she didn't want to get her feet done, she'd get her nails done because she goes like every 2 weeks to get her nails. The camera stopped. So anyway, Tanya switched where she used to go. She used to go to this one place and then like they switched ownership. So Tanya started going to this new place. And I call it a newer place. It's not new. It's been around for like 5 years. But Tanya started going there probably like 2 years ago. I really just like the chair. I had the chair going the whole time. Well, so he was doing somebody's manicure. It was just the two of them in there. It was like Tanya and I, and then this woman that was getting her manicure, and it was just the husband and wife team in there. Because it was so late by the time that we got there. And so, well, I mean, it was like 5:30, but I think they closed at like 6:30 or something like that. So we were their last ones. And so Tanya was like, oh, I said, you're getting a pedicure? She's like, yeah, I don't need a manicure. I'm getting a pedicure instead. I said, okay. And so they put us right next to chairs next to each other. And the woman was like, do you mind just sitting there while I do her first? I was like, no, not at all. So Tanya and I were just talking around this deep conversation. I mean, we were literally there for probably, I mean, a pedicure usually takes me 30 to 40 minutes. We were probably there for like, I mean, they were so nice. We tipped real big because they kept us there till like, we were probably there till like 6:45. But anyway, so about 10 minutes into Tanya's pedicure, the other woman was done with her manicure, so he came over and he did my pedicure. Oh my God. I mean, Tanya and I, we got the whole deal last night. We got the sea scrub, we got the stones, the hot stones. We got it all, baby. It felt so good. Oh my God, it felt so good. I said to him like 4 times, I said, between him doing my feet and that chair, I was like, oh my God, this is the best pedicure I ever had. And then when I was done, I was like, he trimmed them, because I like my toenails to be short. Like, not super short, but like, I like them short. And I was like, they are perfect. They look so good right now. Oh my God. They look so good. He did such a nice job. Now, you know you're not supposed to use that razor thing, but he did. He was like, do you care? Because, you know, like, if you go to, like, a real salon, they don't use that. But I've had that done before at, like, real salons, and I don't think it removes the dead skin. Like, he got the dead skin off. I mean, my feet look like, I mean, they look perfection. Anyway. I'm not real into feet anyway. Alex texted me. What did I text him last night? I said to him, hold on a second. Where's my text? Because he was at dinner. And I was telling him we just got our feet done. Where's it at? Where is it at? I said, just got my feet done, gonna run a few errands with Tanya Jane. He said, are they nice and soft? I said, very, like fried rice. Because he was at dinner. And I said, LOL. He goes, do you want me to bring you some fried rice? I said, no thanks, babe. I got Subway. I had Subway again last night. I'm on my Subway train. That sounded kind of funny, didn't it? But no, like, I'm really into the Subway right now. I love it. And then I said, about to head home. I got home early. That was like 8:15. And then Alex finished at dinner, and then they went to Wolfie's, which is like the old Bella Vita that we used to go to. Then he came home after that. When I came home, took the dogs out for like 2 walks. I did not take a nap last night. After my second walk, Alex was coming home. What did I watch? I was trying to finish Welcome to Plathville. So last night, when Alex came home, I just got the dogs back from they were so tired after their second walk. And it was at night. I don't usually walk them at night all the way around, but last night I did. And because I'd been gone for a little bit. Tanya and I, last night we ran some errands. She had some places she needed to go. Mostly we just drove around. And so we drove into Noblesville, which is where our meeting is. I said, she's like, what do you want to do? I said, let's just drive. I said, I hardly ever just get to be with you and just drive and talk. So we got our coffees. Her coffee, she wanted a large, but they gave her like a real small one. And so she's like, I gotta stop. We have this gas station that we love in Noblesville. It's like a head shop. It's where we used to get that. You know, now we're obsessed with that Busted in every county. And you know what? There is this, okay, half the people, so people comment on that Busted page all the time. So have I talked about it over here or just my drama channel? Okay, Tanya got me started on this. It's Busted, okay? They have it like in every state and every county. So whatever county you live in, you can look at it. Busted newspaper, okay? Well, I like to read I don't just like to see who got arrested, because sometimes it's people that I know. Oh my God, is this somebody that I know? Why do I feel like that's somebody that I know? Oh my God, why does he look so familiar to me? But the comments on here are unreal, okay? Like, if it's a good looking woman, like there's like 20 men over here, like, what's her bail? I'll bust her out and all this kind of stuff. Like this woman right here. Sometimes people are like, oh my God, I feel so bad. Oh, see this guy commenting underneath her and he goes, fixable, with a question mark on this woman. But there was this guy underneath here, and I was reading the comments. What is this one guy? What did they say about him? Because Tanya and I were looking at him again. Somebody said, again, really? Okay. But there's one guy over here. I said to Tanya, I go, he looks familiar to me. I said, do we know him from meetings or whatever? She goes, I don't think so, but he looks familiar to me too. So what kills me is that there are people on here, okay, that are in, like, that follow the group that I know from other places that, like, every once in a while they'll comment. I would never comment on this thing, first of all, okay? No way. That's the T. Miss Lee right there. But anyway, I'll see people that comment on it, like, something kind of funny, and I'm like, but I know I'm like, through some way. This guy that I knew from going out back in the day, his name is real unique, okay? I knew him from going out way back in the day. Oh, he got a reply to it. Somebody he commented and said, I'll fix him. With all these laughing emojis. People are like, damn it, man. But then if you read underneath them, and some of them will have like this one guy had like this big hair, and they said, is it hiding in his hair? Like, some of the comments on here are hilarious. But if you look underneath here, you look for the ones that have like, like this guy has 8 comments. Let's see what the comments are. People are saying free him and stuff like that. If they ever look like somebody famous, or they have like their last name as something like if it's Bush, they'll be like, tell Barbara and George I said hi. Like, it's just stupid stuff. Tanya was telling me last night, she's like, do you see that so-and-so comments over there all the time? I said, I do. Some people that we know, like, they just, like, they comment on here all the time. I can't, anyway. So, but at that gas station, Tanya and I used to get, there was this newspaper back in the day. Everybody that went to meetings in Noblesville used to get it. It was called the Family Watchdog. Do you guys remember that newspaper? I think it was everywhere. Now they just have it online. But it would literally, like, if you got arrested, like, in the last 2 weeks, it'd have your mugshot up in there and why you got arrested and stuff. So Tanya would get one, like, every time after we left a meeting. And we just sit in the parking lot, smoke cigarettes, and just, like, look through this. And she'd be like, isn't that so-and-so? Isn't that Judy Smith from Tuesday night? And I'd be like, I think that is Judy. And she'd be like, oh, that kind of makes me sad. And then we'd turn the page, and we'd be like, look, what did he do? And we'd be reading it, all kind of stuff. Be funny because we'd go over to people's houses, and then we'd see it there, and be like, oh, they got one too. But Tanya loves this gas station because they got everything in the world. They got slush. Oh my God, oh my God. This is where the vampire tried to get us. Okay, so Tanya last night. We go into this gas station, right? Okay. He was like, that was the night that we went and got the dirty sodas, remember? And he was like real tall, and he was like, hey, how are you? So anyway, he was like right behind us. So Tanya goes, I'm going to get a fountain pop, but she also wanted to get like some, because I'm going to get a bag of chips too. So she's looking at these chips on the end of the corner. Well, I came up behind her and I go, hello, I'm a vampire. And she was like, oh my God. So then I was standing at the counter and she was standing behind me. She was like, hello, I'm the vampire. And I was like, do you remember him? Like, he was like walking down the street. Like, she's like, yes, he was like 5 miles away. We didn't know how he got that far away. She goes, he wanted to suck our blood for real. I was like, I know, Tanya Jean. I was so scared. But anyway, we have so much fun when we're together. I love Tanya Jean. Where were we? Oh, the guy that was doing our pedicure last night. He said something. He goes, oh, because Tanya said to him, I bet you haven't heard me. I've been there before, because he's like, oh, I remember you, blah, 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 whatever. And I said, oh, yeah. And, but I don't think he's ever done my feet before, because it's usually some, I don't think he's ever done my feet. Maybe he has, I don't know, but it was the best pedicure I'd ever had. But anyway, so Tanya's like, I mean, we were like, it was like, dude, it was like, it was like watching that movie, what was like that movie, Marty Supreme with the, I mean, we were just back and forth talking last night while they were doing our feet. And so Tanya at one point, she said something and he laughed. And she goes, I bet you have never heard me talk this much. And he's like, no. He's like, because you have your friend in here. And he was like, how long have you guys been friends? And Tanya got teary-eyed and she was like, 29 years. She's like, we've been best friends for 29 years. And he's like, that's a blessing. And I was like, we were talking about that last night. Like, it is such a blessing, you know? And it's hard sometimes, like, you know, like, Tanya doesn't like to drive at night, and I don't drive at all anymore, and it really has greatly affected our friendship, and because I mean, I could take an Uber over and sit in her back patio, but, you know, our husbands would go asleep, and I'd go pick her up, you know, before I vlogged or whatever, or afterwards, and we'd drive around 3 or 4 nights a week and, you know, and get fountain pops and talk. And it was like friend therapy, you know. We don't do that anymore. And it's hard. We still talk, you know, almost every day on the phone, but... Oh, my neighbor's home, the gardener's home. But it's still hard. So anyway, when we do get together, and it was early enough last night that it wasn't dark. The older Tanya's gotten, she wears glasses. If she goes somewhere, she'll wear contacts every once in a while, but she doesn't like to. So like the glare from her glasses, and she just doesn't like to drive at night. So anyway, she's out there doing gardening stuff on. Oh, it looked like she was going to take down her St. Patrick's Day flag. She needs to. She needs to put up her Easter one. She said she was going to put up her lights too, but she hasn't put those up yet. Oh, she took something down that was St. Patrick's Day. But anyway, we ran a bunch of errands, and then she brought me home and stuff like that. I always have her text me when she gets home, just so I know that she made it home safely. Anyway, she still gets so confused in these streets. She was so proud of herself last night, because, like, the streets out here are very, like, I mean, it's residential area and all, but the houses don't look a lot. I mean, in here they look alike, but out there it's like each house looks completely different. It's not one of those neighborhoods where every house looks alike, because they were built in the 80s. So she gets very confused, and so, I mean, she's done it 1,000 times at this point, right? She's got on her green Hokas to match her green shoe. Look at you matching up your green Hokas with your green shirt. You look so pretty. She said, look at me. There's that teenage runner. Must be going out for marathons or something. Oh, there's that walker coming the other way. Your mail's blowing away. Don't want to lose those Hardee's coupons. She had mint green Hokas on with a mint green shirt. So when she was coming home last night, and it's real dark down here too, like the neighborhoods around here, like there's a neighborhood that's not far from us. It's like probably 2 blocks. I walk through it sometimes. It's called Royal Pines. It's all these huge, we have actually some friends that live in there. Our friend Erin used to live in there. She doesn't live in there anymore. She and her husband Eric, that was when she was with her ex. Her husband and Eric now live like 5 minutes the other way. But Erin used to live in Royal Pines. Laura grew up in Royal Pines. When I was a little kid, you drive past Royal Pines to get to where my aunt and uncle used to live, where Caroline grew up, which is like walking distance from here. I always wanted to live in Royal Pines because it was so magical. Literally the entire neighborhood is filled with like huge pine trees. So people don't have yards because their yards like are all just pine needles from pine trees, and they leave it that way like all year round. It's so cool in there, but it's real dark when it's on the way here. And so, because Tanya always comes around the back way, so she doesn't go in the back gate, because I don't have the remote for it. So she always comes in this way. And so, through the guardhouse. And so, she always gets kind of confused around Royal Pines. I'm like, no, girl, you're going the right. She's like, just tell me where to turn. I'm like, okay. So she came to the exit and she goes, I turn here, right? I go, yep. She goes, I knew it today. She was so excited about it. So anyway, but we went into Noblesville last night, and then she was like out on the country. I said, girl, where are you going? I said, I thought we were going to the Walmart or Meijer. She says, I'm taking the long way with my friend. We're just driving around listening to country music. We had so much fun last night. I'm gonna put a little bit more iced tea in here. Is this going to be my summer of iced tea? I am going to get limoncello, though, this summer, too. Because remember, I used to be so... I was like, is the battery still at the halfway mark? Do you remember I used to be so into... Should I fill it all up? Oh, I don't want it to go over. I used to be so into the limoncello. And then I kind of had a couple summers. I think I'm back into the limoncello. This is going to be my summer of limoncello at the pool. And coffee, and iced coffee. I need to find an iced coffee that I really, really like. And don't tell me to make it at home and put it in the refrigerator. I don't like that kind. I don't like that kind. But anyway, I like the kind that you buy. That's the kind that I like. But anyway, cheers. I know a lot of people that make their iced coffee. Mel makes her own cold brew, and she loves it. Every time I make it and put it in the fridge, it always tastes like, I always feel like there's mold on top of it. I don't know why. It freaks me out a little bit. I don't like it. Even if it's just the next day. It tastes like instant coffee cold is what, anytime I make iced coffee. And I don't need no recipes. I appreciate it. But I'm very happy buying my own plastic bottles of it. So anyway, so then I came home, and I took the dogs out once. Then I ate my Subway while I was watching Welcome to Plathville. Then when I got done with my Subway, I took the dogs out again. And then Alex came home right after that. And I was up in bed with him. And I posted my videos as soon as I got home. The vlog, it was uploaded, and the other one. So got that done. And then the dogs and I were just kind of hanging out. Alex came home. We were all of us hanging out in bed together. The dogs fell asleep while we were up there. Oh, I was listening to that Kathy Reichs book with my AirPods in. And so, yeah, so then Alex was like, are you going to take a nap? Because it was getting late. We kind of laid there and talked. He was telling me about his friends and what was going on with them. It was getting late. And I said, how late is it? I've been up there for a while. And I looked and it was like 20 after 11. I was like, I'm just going to stay up and then go to bed earlier tonight. I was like, I'm not going to, because I was like, but I didn't go to bed early. So then I came downstairs. Tanya called me and told me something funny that we had been talking about earlier. There was some follow-up story to somebody that we know. So she found out more about it. So she did tell me. So Tanya and I talked. And then, what did I watch last night? So I had, I think, 2.5 more episodes of Welcome to Plathville. 2 episodes, I can't remember, of Welcome to Plathville to watch. So I finished all that, and I watched Welcome to Plathville. What did I do after that? What else did I watch? Weekly TV. Oh, I know. I finished that show, The More Side. So that's the Netflix show. I was only halfway through the first episode. So each episode is an hour long. So I had an hour and a half to watch that. I was doing laundry and stuff too. So the dogs, after they woke up from upstairs, they were like running around. I took them out a lot last night. So I watched The More Side. I finished that last night. It's really a sad story. Can somebody explain to me, that's from the UK, so they live in what's called an estate. I'm sure I could Google it up, I just keep on forgetting. But like, the estate they live in is like here we would call them, like if you said you lived in an estate, that would mean you're extremely wealthy and like you live in a massive amount of property with a house. But there it's like a neighborhood or a district, I guess. I don't know. And the one they live in is very poor. And apparently people look down on it a lot. It's based on a true story about this girl that went missing. I don't want to tell anybody about it if you're going to watch it. It felt like a made-for-TV movie, but better than that. Like if it was like a Lifetime movie. Well, it was a made-for-TV movie in Britain. But anyway, I hear my husband in the kitchen. He's probably heating up his Thai food from last night that he brought home. I liked it. It was good. The first episode, you find out what happens. And the second episode, it's only 2 episodes. So if you have BritBox, I would highly recommend The More Side. It's not one of the best things I've ever watched on BritBox, but I mean, it's short. It's 2 episodes, and it's worth a watch. It's based on a true story about this girl, Shannon, I can't remember her last name, that goes missing, and her mom, Karen, and the mom's a mess, and then this woman, Julie, that's friends with the mom, and she just believes her at any cost. And then, like, the first episode, you find out what happens to Shannon at the end of it, and the second episode's like the fallout of it. I thought it was really good. I mean, I don't think it's like the best thing I've seen on BritBox, but I thought it was going to be so corny, and it wasn't. It really pulled at my heartstrings and stuff. That plane is really low. They always say they're FedEx planes that are really low, but that doesn't look like a FedEx plane. I don't know what it is. I can't tell, but it doesn't look like a FedEx plane. Anyway, this tea is good. It could be a little sweeter. Does that mean I like extra sweet iced tea? Extra sweet tea? Anyway, so then when I got done with that, I had seen online that movie, I've been wanting to see that movie, Send Help, for so long. So I saw that movie, Send Help, was out, but you had to rent it. $24.99. These movies to rent are getting ridiculous for how expensive they are, like video on demand right out. Do you want to hear a little story about me? Okay. When I was a kid growing up, and even when my ex and I were together, this was something we absolutely loved. When you would go stay, hey, how are you? When you go stay in a hotel room, and they would have those videos on demand, and they'd be straight from theaters. But like when it legit started, maybe it wasn't when I was growing up. Maybe it was when I was like in high school. I don't know. I don't remember when it started. But I remember like when my ex and I, because we would like go to a lot of casinos and stay overnight. And I remember when we would go, they would have like the movies that were still playing in theaters, which they were, but then you could rent them for like $9.99 or something like that. Do you guys remember that? And I can remember we would get, like, that was the first thing we would look at when we got in a hotel room. Like, what are the movies like on demand that you can rent? I was always obsessed with that. And then I'd like plan it out. Like, we're here for 2 nights. I'm watching each of these movies. I couldn't wait to go to a hotel room and I can remember when Alex and I got together, one of the first hotels that we went to was the 24C in Louisville. They didn't even have, like, you could get a DVD player from the front. It's a very artsy hotel. You could get like a DVD player from the front desk, and they had like 20 DVDs or something, and they were all like art house movies. I was like, what? The hotel room was cute. It was like exposed brick and real artsy. The 24C Hotel, I don't know if it even exists anymore in Louisville. I'm sure it does. But it has a walk-through like art gallery in the hotel. And the restaurant we went to that was connected to it was called Proof. It was really cool. But anyway, I used to love those on-demand movies. That was like the first thing I always wanted to find out if they had. Now I never look at that at hotels anymore because I always download shit, you know, to watch on the iPad and whatever. But anyway, so last night, I've been wanting to see Send Help because I'd heard it was like this great horror movie. Everybody was saying it's so great. I wanted to see it. So, it's with Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien, I think. I don't remember what he's from. Teen Wolf or something like that. I don't know. Rachel McAdams, I know, because she was Regina George. And then she was in True Detective. She's been in, Red Eye. She's been in all kinds of really great things. I love her. So I really wanted to watch this. So I was like, okay, I'll pay my $24.99, then I can do a movie review of it today. So, and I knew it wasn't something Alex would want to see. The battery just went to the halfway mark. So I watched that last night. It was like 2 hours. I took a break halfway through because I took the dogs outside. It was good. Like, well, I did my reaction to it today, so I'm not going to ruin it. If you guys want to see the reaction, you can go see it. It's about this woman, Rachel McAdams. So it's called a horror movie. There's parts of it that are gruesome, but it's definitely more of a dark comedy than it is a horror movie. So, I don't know why. I couldn't figure out why, but it reminded me of the movie Jawbreaker, which is like one of my favorite movies of life. There was just something about it that reminded me of it. But anyway, so it's about this woman. Her name is Linda Little, I think. And she works for this company. She's worked there for 7 years. She's like a bird. They like dress her down to make her kind of look like this weak woman. She's obsessed with the show Survivor. She's like at home watching Survivor. She's like this... Anyway, she's like applied to be on Survivor and stuff. And so the owner of the company, the CEO, dies. And so Dylan O'Brien is his son. And so he gets made the new CEO. So he has to hire a new vice president. So she thinks she's going to get appointed to it. But he's like part of the men's club. And he thinks that she's worthless and because she's not hot and all this kind of stuff. Well, then they have to go on this business trip, and the plane crashes. This all happens, like, in the first 10 minutes. The plane crashes, and they're on this deserted island, and he basically has to rely on her, and the tables are turned. I didn't really know what to expect from it, and that's all in the trailer, so I'm not ruining anything for you. I liked it. I thought it was good. Do I think it was, like, one of the best movies I've ever seen? No. Would I watch it again? Like, if Alex said he wanted to watch it, I would watch it again. Yeah, it was that interesting. It was interesting to see, like, all the survival stuff she did. Which, I mean, it was kind of over the top. Like, she, like, was weaving hats and stuff. But it was supposed to be kind of funny. The end of it I loved. I'll be honest with you, like... I knew, okay, so there's kind of like this fantastic, so halfway through, the first half of the movie you really feel sorry for her, and then halfway through the movie you start feeling sorry for him, and it kind of does this twist on your mind, like where you don't really know what to think, and so by the end you're like, I don't really know who I'm rooting for, but the end of it is kind of delicious. Like that was the word that I used in my reaction to it. Like it's kind of fantastic how it ends. I love the ending of it, but before the ending, because it like flashes forward then in time, like that's the ending, but before the ending, like something happens, I didn't see that coming. Like I didn't. Like they keep secrets. Are we getting a package? Do I have anything coming? They keep secrets. So you think you know a secret, but then when they find out what the secret is, there's more that they kept from you that they didn't. So they reveal a lot. I thought it was pretty good. Do I think it was worth $24.99 to rent at home watching on my iPad? Oh, absolutely not. Would I have... I mean, what is a movie ticket? $20 go to the movie theater? I mean, would it have been worth it for Alex and I to go to a date night and watch it and have popcorn and it end up being $60 or $80 for everything? No, but it would have been fun. It's a movie theater movie to watch. Like it was, I mean, it's not that great that you should see it on the, I mean, I like to watch movies like horror movies in movie theaters that are just fun to be in a movie theater in the dark and watch with popcorn and stuff like that. I don't need to see like great movies. I mean, I think it like really helps if you see something cinematographic. What's the word I'm looking for? The cinematography is just like, you know, incredible, and you need to see it on like an IMAX screen. I get that. But no, like, I like to see like scary movies in the movie theater and stuff like that. The movie theater is so expensive anymore. But anyway, I didn't regret watching it. And then after that, I was trying to figure out what to watch next. Because I finished Welcome to Plathville. I gotta watch Love After Lockup. I finished Moorside. So I think I'm gonna start Cross next. But then I was folding laundry and I was listening to my audiobook. So, yeah. And then I went to bed. But it was late by that point. It was like, I said I was going to go to bed early, and it was like 5:30. So I didn't go to bed early. Okay. Where are we? People seem to like my reaction to that Dirty Rotten Scandals to Price is Right video. Let's go into the vlog, see what y'all are saying. I'll say hi to some of you today. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. It is so nice. The breeze out here is like, I wouldn't say it's warm, but it's not cold. It like is like comfortable. It's really nice out here right now. It's really nice out here. Okay, let's say hi to some people. Who's the most recent comment that I got? Elise. Hey, Elise. She commented 54 minutes ago, and she said, I don't mind this vlog shorter. I have a lot of catching up to do. Oh, good. Okay, cauliflower. Hey, cauliflower. Cauliflower always catching up. Blue hearts. Teresa said, I've been seeing hints that they're doing a spinoff of the Mormon Wives with a few of the girls that have moved to California. Michaela's one of them. Personally, I think they should have chosen Miranda or The Bachelor for The Bachelorette. She always seemed to have a good head on her shoulders. I like Miranda too. I haven't watched this season. Did Michaela move to California? Is she like done with her husband? So I heard the spinoff, The Secret. I haven't watched the season yet, but I heard the spinoff was Jen Affleck and girls going to, I thought it was California, Arizona, Orange County. I don't know. How does that show have a spinoff? Like, I'll be honest with you, like, it's okay. It's no Housewives. Like, I mean, they really are not that interesting, in all honesty. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, it's been out now for like a week or so. I have really no interest in starting it. And I said I was going to watch all the episodes and react to it. There's like a million things I want to watch before I watch that. I mean, I probably would watch a spinoff. I haven't even finished The Valley yet, and it's coming out next month too. Somebody said, short update. I read and thought of like, oh, 5 minutes. 41, still LOL. And every vlog you talk about many beautiful points, and I really do enjoy every take you share. Aw, love, sexuality, mental health, past experiences. Thank you. Aw, that was so sweet. Thank you. Sweet D said, I can't with the gay test. I'm so gay. Sweet D said, I choked on my water when you impersonated Alex laughing with his AirPods. Oh my God. Tony and I were talking about that last night because Eric does the same thing. Oh my God. And then if I say something, he just looks at me like this. Yes. I feel like I heard a woodpecker in your video the other day. Did you? When I walk the dogs, I can hear it. Now I'm looking up at that tree where that one was yesterday, like it's still going to be there. That's not a woodpecker. You can hear a woodpecker. It's like... It's like Woody Woodpecker. Sweet D, you're commenting a lot. So enjoyed hearing the story of how your dad met his wife. Oh, thank you. I think I've talked about it on here before. Maybe I haven't. I don't know. Lainey said, I didn't expect a shout out. Well, here you get another one. You are so nice. She said, I don't watch any reality TV, but love watching. Aww. Ash, hey Ash. She comments on every one of my videos on every one of my channels. Ash, the oddball, said, I'm engaged at 27 and hoping for the absolute best for our future marriage. Been living together over 5 years and hoping for many, many more years ahead. Good. Congratulations to you. I love to be in love. Don't you love to be in love? And you just have to make it work, you know? And you just have to say, well, you don't have to make it work, you know? I think, like, when we started going to marriage counseling, like, Alex loves the word, like, team, like, that we're a team, working through life together. And he loves the word, you know, teamwork and partnership and stuff like that. But I think, like, that was one of the things that really came out of marriage counseling. And, I mean, you know, I push marriage counseling. I love it. But I don't think everybody needs to go to marriage counseling, you know? But I think that was one of the things that I really realized, that when you're in a relationship, it's really like you're working together as a team. You're working on things and you're trying to work through life with somebody else. You know, that's why you consult that other person and let that, I mean, it's like any other relationship in your life. You know, if you read those 5 love languages books, they started with the 5 love languages. like in romantic relationships, but then they've also done books about the 5 love languages in friendships, the 5 love languages in family and workplaces and stuff like that. But 27 and you're engaged, honey, 5 years. I have to tell you this because I was watching Welcome to Plathville last night when I finished it, and Zach and Lydia have been saving their very first kiss for when they get married, of which, like, their first kiss was, I don't know, to be honest with you. The camera stopped. I'm at an hour. I'm going to get off here in a second anyway because I think the battery's about to die. But they waited like a whole year to kiss, and then their kiss was like they hardly ever kiss on the show. I thought they'd be, like, making out and stuff because they waited a year. But there was something that was very sweet to me about it. I don't know, there was just something very innocent about their approach to, like, not kissing, not having sex before I mean, I could never do that. No, honey, I gotta find out if it's good, okay? Like, because what if you're stuck with it for the rest of your life? You know what I mean? And I'm talking about kissing to everything. I think the emotional parts, but the physical part's important too, you know? But, you know, my mom was very much of the belief, like, why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free? She wasn't big on living with somebody. She just wasn't. But my mom, like, there were also some beliefs that she had about things. I don't know, like, and it's different in a gay world because I'm still not, like, I think I'm still not out of that mindset, like, because I grew up in it, that, like, we didn't have, like, it'll be interesting seeing generations that are born into, hopefully it's not taken away, but, like, marriage equality just existing. It'll be, you know, I haven't ever really thought about it that way. It'll be interesting to see, like, children growing up with marriage equality just being marriage. Like, gay people being married, straight people being married, like, there's no difference. Like, it'll be interesting seeing how they grow up in that and what their attitude is about it. Because I think even in my head, I still think, well, it's different. You know, like, so when Alex and I met, like, there was no marriage equality. You couldn't get married as a gay couple legally. And so for us to move in together was a huge commitment. I don't know that I would feel any differently about if I was straight. I remember my mom felt strongly about that, gay or straight, you know, because she would tell me about it. She was like, I don't judge you for it, but, you know, like, I don't love it that you live with your boyfriend. This is when I was with my ex. I'm like, okay, well, he's moving to Indianapolis. We're not getting separate apartments. Like, we're together, you know? It was a form of a commitment. I also think, like, that's only my experience. I have no other experience. I can't imagine marrying somebody that I didn't know on that level. Because I think when you move in with somebody, you learn so many things. Things that drive you crazy, things you love more about them. That I can't imagine, like, I think it would be an overwhelming feeling, and I'm sure there's some of you out there watching it that are like, yeah, I did go through that. No, it wasn't, or yes, it was. But I can imagine it being an overwhelming feeling. Marriage can be an overwhelming feeling anyway when you get married and you're like, okay, I'm in this for life. Like, that was my attitude. That was my husband's attitude when we got married. Like, we're for life. Like, and when we got married, we didn't, like, when we had our wedding, marriage equality didn't even exist yet. But to each other, we were like, we're in this for life. I'm sure there's some people out there that feel that way, and it's like, okay, I'm in this for life, now we're moving in together, and he's not a good kisser. I mean, you can teach some things, right? Or, but even a level less than that, or like, he's messy, or he doesn't clean this, or he doesn't help out. I mean, you learn those things, right? And then you learn to communicate about those things. I think that's really a lot of times why you see a lot, because people don't communicate about those things. Like, it's important for us to communicate about intimacy and our feelings towards each other as much as it is for us to communicate about him saying, hey, like, it would really mean a lot to me because I'm busy all day if you did this today, and it'll make my life a lot easier when I came home. And I'm like, that's cool. And I'm the same way with him. Like, do you mind doing this or picking me this up on the way home? Like, those things are important to talk about too, you know? But, like, I think it takes a long time to learn that, you know? We're still learning it. We've been together 18 years. But congratulations, Ash. And I do want to say thank you to you and to everybody else for watching my videos every day. All right, I'm going to get off here now. Go check in, see what's going on inside. I hope you guys are... I'm going to finish my iced tea, too. Did she go inside? I know she did. I'm going to go check and say hi to her real quick. And I'm going to take my iced tea over there and go be neighborly. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a magically amazing... What is today? Wednesday. If nobody else has told you today, I love you guys. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.